Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. We've got a menu number 7, beef strips and a savory tomato-based sauce. This is a newer, well, we're actually going to see if it's truly newer or if it's just a rename. So menu 7 was a beef brisket. I think it was just called beef brisket. So I kind of think that this is probably something similar. Maybe they're just not using brisket and they wanted to change up. Oh, it's just beef strips and a savory tomato-based sauce. I don't know. But we're gonna check it out. This was one of those ones I wasn't quite sure I was gonna get anytime soon, along with the video that we did last week on. Oh wow, I'm totally blanking. Beef goulash. These both came from Lithuania. I mean, literally, these are packaged in my home state. So they're packaged down south in Cincinnati, somehow went to Lithuania, and now made it all the way back home. But I couldn't find these. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get like new rations, but these were from 2019, so very cool to get them. Here's our beef strips in a savory sauce. Peppermint candy rings. Is this peppermint hard candy? Oh, how disappointing would people be in that? I don't know, we'll see. 164th day of 2019, by the way. Okay, we've got some white wheat snack bread, trans fat free. Seems to be the way we're going with a lot of things, which is good. Here's our accessory pack, which is the type B. Not as much in here, but we got our gum, moist towelette, salt, toilet paper, and lemonade, one of my favorites. Let's see here. So we've got some regular peanut butter, which is solid. And, very cool, Blackberry Jam. And I don't remember the last time I had Blackberry Jam. So that should be very cool. Oh, they're sticky. Something sticky. Well, we got a little sticky. It looks like jam on the spoon, so I don't feel anything. Okay, there's a little bit of sticky here on the package, but I don't know, it doesn't appear to come from the package. Anyway, there was something sticky in there. Spoon. Back to business. Spoon. Let's see, what do we got? Garlic mashed potatoes. So I think that the brisket, God, it's been so long. I might even still have one in the chest, but I think that it came with instant mashed potatoes and butter buds, if I remember correctly. So it's an instant mash. That's obviously not. Nice. This is one of my favorites. Irish cream cappuccino instant powder. These are usually pretty darn good, so that should be good. Okay, here's our some nutritional facts on our potatoes and main, if you want to read those, and some ingredients. Cranberries. I mean, I'm all for putting fruit in here, but I just don't care about cranberries. Anyway, let's get these things in our heater. Now, this is actually, this just popped into mind. So, we have a package of potatoes as opposed to instant mash. So one of the nice things about having instant mashed potatoes is that you don't have to try and force them all into this little tiny heater, which they really need to make bigger. I mean, it's like, it's been a little too long. Got to make these bigger. Because what's going to happen is it's going to be pretty hard to heat both of these to the way you want them. Now, because this is a new heater, we should get a nice reaction. But I think, you know, when I first started doing videos, I was really trying to put like multiple things in this bag, but it just doesn't work. Oh, they're sticky there too. Yeah, something, it must have been like a little bit of that jam, or possibly just something from packaging. You know, when they were packaging these, it might have come from something else. But anyway, it got, not all over the place, but it got a few places. So, back to what I was talking about. You know, you definitely can warm both of these up fine. You can also boil them if you just don't want to mess with the heater. Feels like this heater might start up a little better than the other one. Yep. Yeah, I'm getting at least one element that's starting up. So, oh, yeah, that was hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the two of these together, just like that, and I'm going to stick them in this bag and just sort of try and crimp the bag down a little bit. I wonder if I can fit both of these in the sleeve too. Just try and get a little bit more insulation. Yeah, I should be able to. Maybe. There we go. So we're going to put these in the sleeve and then in the bag. And I think that that should give us the best chance of having everything nice and warm. And you just sort of set that up or set that down or whatever you feel like doing. But I'm going to go ahead and let this warm up. You know, 10, 12, 15 minutes, whatever it takes. And then we'll get everything on the tray. Everything is now on the tray. The heater has been performing pretty darn well, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think we should have some nice warm food. But let's go ahead and dive into what we have on the tray. Get it all laid out real nice and neat. Oh, okay, so they're lifesavers. That's hilarious. I do love those. I remember as a kid, you know, my mom would just buy, you know, bags of these and stick them in a little candy bowl along with some other stuff. But I always loved them. I love sitting there and just chewing on them. It was a good time. it was a good time, guys. So that's kind of interesting, though. But, you know, this is something that if you look at, like, bug out kits and stuff like that, you'll always see like a couple of pieces of hard candy. And like, I know that there are people that look at that and they say, why is that in there? Well, if you're surviving or if you're out walking, and it's kind of like a creature comfort, you know, it's just something familiar tasting and promotes, you know, saliva and everything. So if you're thirsty, but anyway, I always really like these, so should be, you know, kind of nice. Keep those around. Suck on them throughout the week, you know. Get our bread out there. I just kind of casually glossed over the cranberries. Yeah, there's cranberries. They look good. I mean, they look nice and fresh, sticky, obviously, but, you know, good condition. Here's our Blackberry Jam. Like I said, I don't see anything specifically in this package that would indicate that it broke open, but there again, I mean, could be. This would be the most likely thing because it's of similar color to what the sticky is, but looks good though. Looks good. Regular peanut butter. Get out of there. Come on. Okay, we'll just put this on our bread too. Little single slice PB&J. Might have wanted to knead the peanut butter a little bit more. There's a little bit of liquid in the beginning, but yeah, looks good. Looks like peanut butter, all right. Can't fool you guys. You know what peanut butter looks like. Let's make our drinks real quick. So we'll start with our Irish cream cappuccino. Again, this is one of my favorites. I think it's real tasty. Nice zip top so we can shake in the bag. It does have a fill line down here. You can use that if you like. Sometimes I'll use it as a primary measure, and then I'll just do whatever I want later. Might add a little bit more. Or I might just fill until my heart's content. I don't know. And just shake it up. Make sure to get down in those corners because that's where the mix likes to hide. These little hidey corners. Okay, and dump this out. Very good. Looks good. Gosh, that smell, man. I'm not a huge coffee drinker. Never have been. I mean, I will. But I do love the smell of that Irish cream, man. Heck, I went through a phase where I thought Bailey's was like the coolest thing ever. Add it to a little coffee. Not on a work day, mind you, but... Alright. Here's our lemonade. Lemonade stretches out a lot more than most of your drink mixes. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's set up for 20 ounces. But we'll just do our normal little mason jar here. It tends to work out pretty good. And it mixes so much better. Like all these food scientists doing these crazy things, if they just really need to make the standard beverage-based powders mix as well as the lemonade. And as I say that, we've got some floaties, but it does mix a lot better. Okay, so there is that. We've got our drinks. Slide the tray back in place. And now let's get our main and side. So as you see here, there's actually quite a bit. This, as brisket, the brisket entree, was always a pretty big menu. Now, they did kind of cut down a little bit because you just have mince that you can just sort of walk around with. But it always just seemed like this menu was so big. Yeah, come on. Yeah, sure, that's what you want to do. Okay, definitely smell some garlic in there. And it is nice and warm. Ouch, ouch, ouch. There we go. And we've got the majority of it out. So there we go. Kind of, you know, kind of looks just like instant mash. Just, you know, combined for you. I can only imagine, you know, I actually, it makes sense why they would change that if you think about it. Because it's like, what person out in the field wants to sit there and mix their mash? I don't know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Just takes one bit of effort out of it, I guess. So it makes sense. And here is our beef strips in a savory tomato-based sauce. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, hey man, hey Dave. Why didn't you just combine those taters and that meat? Why didn't you do it? Well, I like to try everything separately first, and then I'll combine whatever way I want. I will say that of all the very few negative comments I've ever received, and it has been very few, so thank you guys for keeping it positive, I think that was one of the ones that always kind of got people at times. Oh, you're just supposed to mix everything in the bag and just put everything together. Throw all of it. You're eating cranberries in that mashed potatoes tonight. So anyway, I just, you know, for the sake of these videos, I want to show you everything individually. And I hope that it helps with your kind of thoughts when looking at these and potentially buying them. So, a little nip of snack bread. Nice and fresh. Try a bit of our jelly. I love Blackberry Jam. So good. Get a little bit of our peanut butter now. Yep. Peanut butter's nice, creamy. Pretty much like we know. That Blackberry Jam though, that is great. I love that. Wish I put that in more rations. Gosh, lemonade. It's like a kid's lunch. PB&J and lemonade, man. Ah, it's so good. All right, for the sake of science, I will put a cranberry in my mouth. Yeah, it's cranberry. They're fine. I mean, they taste the way they should. You know, chewable, little tart, not real sweet. You know, they're just not my jam. You know? But if you like cranberries, that's good. I just think that the mistake that they made was with the osmotic processed ones. Those were not good at all. Didn't matter if it was a cranberry or a raisin. And they didn't survive as long. A lot of them got mold. At least the ones that I tried, or some microbial. It wasn't good. I don't like them. But yeah, I mean, they're fine. They're just fine. If you like cranberries, you'll like that. Let's get into our main. Man, they got some big chunks of beef. Look at this. Look at this thing. Get over here. Stop playing. That's got grill marks. Look at that. It's got little grill marks. Look at that big old boy. Mmm. Okay. Okay, I can get with that. Man. Dang. Okay. The sauce, yeah, I mean, it's just tomato-based sauce. It's nothing that I would call special. Kind of reminiscent of just what you would get with meatballs and marinara. It's kind of just like a marinara sauce, or some sort of like like an American spaghetti sauce. That's it. And I'm going to stop this right here and say this is not the same as beef brisket. I think maybe next week, if I have one, we'll do beef brisket, and I'll talk about differences, but completely different taste. Completely different taste, just from memory. It's definitely tomatoey, and it's just meat and tomatoes. Now the meat itself, super tender, super duper tender. It's good. That first piece had a little bit of fat on it, but not a ton. And I am totally the guy who will trim the fat off of his steaks, or just won't eat it after it's cooked. I'm just not a fat. I don't like to eat fat. Just directly. But yeah, I feel like, if I remember correctly, and it's been a long time, really has. I hope I have one. But it was more of a gravy. It's like beef brisket and gravy. This is definitely more of, I mean, obviously a tomato sauce. So let's try our mash. Yuck. Yuck. That's not good at all. It's definitely very similar to instant. It's it's dense. It's just very plain. Okay. Yeah, it kind of grows on you a little bit though. Let's try another one. Let's see if I can get Stockholm Syndrome. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called when you... No, that's not what it's called. Whatever. When you have something so much, you just wind up liking it. Anyway. No. 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 It's just really boring. It's really plain. The garlic taste is very artificial, and there's like no butter. There's no butter there. You don't really taste any butter, any salt. Mashed potatoes, man, you gotta have a little fat in there. Okay. I think when you combine everything, I think you start to get a little bit, it's definitely a better flavor, because it kind of nullifies it. It brings something to the party for the mash. I will say that. Definitely brings something to the party. Yeah, That'd be a total mix there. I don't think I'd want to eat just the mash on their own. I will say though, could use a little kick. This is certainly not spicy. I mean, it's funny, the more I eat it, the more I kind of think of meatballs and marinara. Because that's another one of, you know, kind of like a go-to. I just really enjoy meatballs and marinara. But yeah, it's funny. That's kind of what it reminds me of, is just good old meatballs and marinara. Let's try a little spicy. Yeah, it's good. Gives a little kick. Let's try our cappuccino. There we go. God, that's good. So good. And I refilled a little bit too, so it does stretch a little bit. Not a ton. Don't try and like fill up the entire cup or so forth. It just won't last as much taste wise. So I'm not gonna pop a Lifesaver in. I think everyone knows what a Lifesaver tastes like, but yeah, those are probably gonna go on my countertop and I'll eat those throughout the week. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and sit down and finish the rest of my lunch here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. New ration. Well, newish ration. New menu, kind of. I mean, it is different. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. And if you did, make sure to hit that subscription button up there if you're not subscribed already. For those of you who are, you guys are great. I appreciate every one of you. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. Leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. So that's it. Thank you for stopping by. See ya.